two from the good black dirt, and we're a winner.
Let's do that again. Okay. I think the headphone volume is up. This is the benefits of taping.
I like that.
Yeah. Can always correct.
Take out what you don't need.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe let's song play for about 60 seconds.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then we'll.
I like the when.
Like your leaders can. We're a winner, and never let anybody say why you can't make it. Cause a feeble mind is in your way. No more tears do we cry, and we have finally dried our eyes, and we're moving on up. Moving on up. Lord have mercy, we're moving on up. Moving on up. We're living proof and all's alert that we're two from the good black dirt, and we're a winner. And everybody knows it too. We just keep on pushing, like your leaders tell you to. At last that blessed day has come, and I don't care where you come from. We're all moving on up. Moving on up.
Good evening. This is Kaleem Shabazz, president of the Atlantic City branch of the NAACP, thanking you and welcoming you for tuning in to our weekly radio broadcast of the NAACP Speaks program. I'm here with my brilliant co-host, program facilitator, the branch legal redress officer, and the national president of the NAACP Next Gen Leadership Program, Yolanda Melville, Esquire. And also with the best radio studio engineer in town, Brother Steph. I would like to thank you all for listening, and I want to just give you a brief report of the churches who took part in the MLK Walk sponsored by the NAACP branch. This is an idea from Reverend Days to have houses of worship walk behind their banners in the walk. And we instituted it this year, and I'm here to report to you that the Shiloh Baptist Church in Atlantic City, under the leadership of Bishop James Washington, had the best banner. It was a creative masterpiece. And I want to thank Bishop James and all the churches who participated. Bishop Washington. Also, even though Shiloh had the best banner, the best attendance was Second Baptist under the leadership of Reverend Collins A. Days. So I wanted to report that to you. Thank Bishop Washington, thank Reverend Days, thank all of the other pastors and churches who participated. This is going to be an annual function of our walk, and at our Martin Luther King program, we're going to continue to encourage churches, houses of faith. We had other groups, the LGBT contingent in Atlantic County, they marched under their banner and they had their flags. We want to just continue to build and build and build the march, and we thank everybody for their participation. At our breakfast, which is going to be April 25th, our annual Freedom Fund breakfast, we will formally recognize Second Baptist Church in Shiloh for being the winners of the attendance and the banner events in our walk. I wanted to also say that the Freedom Fund breakfast is going to be coming up on April 25th. You'll be hearing more about that in other editions of our radio program. We want you to circle that. We're going to have outstanding honorees and an outstanding speaker. And we encourage you to listen to our broadcast every Tuesday evening, 5 o'clock on WEHA 88.7 and 100.3 FM on your dial. 88.7 and 100.3 FM on your dial every Tuesday evening. We encourage you to join the NAACP, to attend our regular meetings every second Monday at Jeffro Memorial Church, 423 North Ohio Avenue in Atlantic City. We start promptly at 6 p.m. And now our co-host will interview a very outstanding guest who we are proud to have. You have it, Yolanda.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of NAACP Speaks. Tonight, we are pleased to have our guest, Constance Stage Chapman,
thank
with
you.
here
Thank you
with
for
us here
having me.
today. Constance is affectionately known as Mandy in our community. Can we call you Mandy today?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Please do.
Listeners, we are excited to launch. This is our first edition of the Next Gen edition. And this edition of the NAACP Speaks program is where we highlight young adult leaders in our community who are pillars and lift us up, who are civically engaged and social justice minded. So with that, you ready to be interviewed,
I'm ready.
Mandy?
Yeah.
Okay. Mandy, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right. So thank you for having me, first of all. It's a pleasure to be here. I'll start by just saying I'm a wife, a mother. I love God, and I start with that because that's what's most important to me, God and my family. And a lot of times people start with all the things that they do and all of their accolades, but that's what's most important to me. That's my foundation. I'm very active within our community. I'm very active within my church. Very active within my school education. I'm an educator. I just love people. I have a desire to help people, and I've always been that way. My father is that way. My mom is that way. And so I think it's just within me. And that's just who I am as a person.
Excuse me for 1 minute. What's your church, man?
I attend and am a member of Second Baptist Church in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where my father, Reverend Collins A. Day Sr., is our pastor.
And congratulations on the contest.
Yes, thank you. Woo-woo. SBC shows up. Thank you.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about your professional experience?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm an educator. I work at Pleasantville High School, right here in Pleasantville. And I've been in education for the last 13 years and have served in so many different capacities. So I've been an English teacher, a coach out of the Office of Curriculum Instruction. I've been an assistant principal, teacher again. And so for me, my mom is a teacher. Even though my dad is a preacher, that is still a teacher. Mm-hmm. My sister is a teacher. It's something that I love to do. I didn't set out to teach. When I first went to college, I started out as a biology major. I went in the room and they said dissect worms. Changed that major right away. And I was always good at English. And so I switched my major to English, and that turned into English education, and here I am. And once I set foot in that classroom in 2007, I started teaching, actually. And I started teaching in South Carolina. I taught there for a year, and then I moved back here. It's just something that I love. You know, walking in the door every day and having an opportunity to make an impact on someone's life, change their lives forever, it's nothing like it. So it's something that I love to do.
Where'd you go to school?
I graduated from an HBCU, and I always tell people you can have a college experience or you can have an HBCU experience. And I just want to give a public shout out to South Carolina State University, who has helped shape me into the person that I am today. There's nothing like an HBCU experience,
Definitely.
which is in Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Definitely. I have many friends who went to South Carolina State. They
My
loved
parents graduated from South Carolina State as well. So we have an HBCU family.
it. Okay. All right. What do you find most rewarding about your career?
In education, and especially being in high school, I taught third grade for about 6 months and said, put me back in high school, because that's where I started. But because students in high school, you can talk to them, they can understand what you're trying to say, the relationships. Most of my students, I build relationships with, and they are with me forever. I check on them in college. When they graduate college, they still come back and visit. I still talk to them. Some are grown now, and they become my friends. But the relationships, the impact that you can have. I mean, some students walk in and they're so broken. They walk in and they have a desire to just be loved. And a lot of times people just come in and they want you to teach. You have to reach them first where they are. You have to get to know them, know what's going on in their lives. And just to have the opportunity to get to know so many students, to get to have an impact on them, to get to change their lives, to get them to see life differently, to get them to change their perspectives. for me, that's the most rewarding, to know that I played a role in helping them to become the great people that they are, that they become, to get them for me to know that I played a role in getting them to see something bigger than what they initially saw before them meeting me. For me, that's very rewarding.
That's awesome. That's dope. So for those who can't see us on the Facebook Live, she has a God is Dope t-shirt, and it is fabulous. How many did you say you had?
I have about 20.
Everybody should get one of these. They're pretty dope.
Yeah.
So we know in Atlantic City you are active. But tell us about your community service and your community work.
Okay, so outside of being a member of the NAACP, and I'm excited to be an executive member, I am a member of the Citizens Advisory Board, which started last year, and it's a group of about maybe 12, 13 board members. Maybe might not have that number right, but basically we work with the police department. We meet with Chief White monthly to discuss issues within our community, to address issues with police, and try to come up with solutions together. So that's something that I enjoy doing. I'm very active within my church. I sing on a choir, work with the youth, in which I don't do that as much as I should. And I just had a conversation with my mom because she's over the youth ministry. I have a lot of ideas that I would like to move forward, that I'm starting to plan to enhance that program again. In regards to the Dolphins, I'm a team mom for the Dolphins, so very active with them and love that. I'm an active member of the Theta Kappa Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So this and that, I'm always doing something. The Civic Association, I'm a member of the Venice Park Civic Association, so I attend those monthly meetings. Just an advocate for youth as a whole. I've always been one to stand up for those who won't stand up for themselves. I'm not one. You have those people that point and say, somebody needs to do that, someone needs to do that, someone needs to do that. I remember a long time ago just learning that somebody has to be you sometimes, and so instead of walking by things and seeing issues that need to be fixed, if you can do it, do it. And that's how I've always been, and that's how I am within my community as well. So anytime I'm connected to something, I always end up doing more than what I intended to do, because that's just who I am.
It's a signal of a good leader, right? Right, branch president?
Exactly right.
Yeah. So you talked a little bit about your service on the Atlantic City Board of Education. How long have you served, and can you tell us what you do as a board member?
So I was on the Atlantic City Board of Education for 3 years. I was the vice president last year, and actually my term just ended in December.
Okay.
And so just being an advocate for the youth. I think that one of the things that was beneficial for me is that I have that background in education. I loved serving on the board, and I loved the board members that we had, because we all had a different perspective. We all had a different gift. We respected each other, and when we came together, it was really just making decisions that are best for the kids. And so to be able to come in and give some insight sometimes on situations, when you go to vote on things, sometimes you don't always have a clear understanding of how saying no to this or how saying yes to this will have an impact on a school, or on administration, or on the youth within the school, or on a community as a whole. And so working in that capacity on so many different levels, a lot of times I had insight on some of those things, especially when it came to curriculum, instruction, different things like that. So more so that's what my focus was, and just ensuring that the decisions that we made were what was best for the kids and for the school district as a whole.
So back to communities, children, and being a mom, you also have been recently appointed as our chair of infant mortality at the NAACP. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing there and just about your overall experience working with the NAACP thus far?
Right. So when you think about infant mortality, that's when children die before they reach the age of 1. And so first, I just going back to myself and my own experience. When I was pregnant with my first son, I had a terrible childbirth experience. I was in labor for 3 days, had gotten epidural the first day, and then I ended up getting induced as well, and ended up having an emergency C-section on the 3rd day, and then could feel them cutting me and everything else, and literally lay there thinking that I was going to die. I remember just looking at my baby after they had taken my baby and just praying, just please God protect my baby. I literally thought that I was going to die. And so when Mr. Kaleem brought up the infant mortality task force and just the whole idea of us having one as within our branch, it was something that I became interested in right away. And so in New Jersey, for example, in 2018, the overall rate of mortality in New Jersey is about 5 deaths per 1,000
Wow.
births. But for black babies, it's about 10 deaths per 1,000, which is 3. And when compared to white, where it's 3 per 1,000. So 10 and then 3. And, so when it comes to infant mortality, we know that it's impacted by a mother's socioeconomic status, the birth of a child, and the baby's health. The mother's access to quality health care, the mother's access to nutrition, and so my biggest thing was, how do we make and outside of New Jersey, that being the data for New Jersey, Atlantic City has the highest in New Jersey. So one of the things that stood out to me was, they moved the birth center out of Atlantic City. And so if I need to get there, I have to travel. What if I don't have a car? We don't really have a grocery store in Atlantic City. So nutritious food, where's my access to food? So that's a problem. And we're talking about the NAACP and addressing issues. That's an issue for African American, Hispanic women of color within our city. And so my biggest thing is, how do we bring forth awareness? How do we let others know how they can assist, how they can help, and then how do we address this issue? And so that's what we're focusing on, fostering solutions and driven initiatives in order to address this issue. Find out, let people know what the root causes are, which really stems back to slavery, if you really think about it, and then address the issue so that we can minimize this within our city.
And we know that it's not just an Atlantic City issue.
Right.
We've had Serena Williams come out and say, I've been discriminated against while I was giving birth to my child.
Right.
I experienced a different type of experience because of the color of my skin. And Beyonce has come out and said the same thing. So the impact that you're going to have with this task force on this community, the information is integral to our community at large.
And I remember going to the doctor, and this was something I used to have a conversation about. I remember going to the doctor initially when I was pregnant. I ended up changing doctors, but I ended up going initially when I was pregnant and having a doctor when he came into the room, he didn't even look me in my eye. When I asked questions, he seemed agitated by my questions, and sometimes I didn't even get an answer. And so that was an issue for me. And I was young. I was 24, and I used to go home, and I used to talk about some of those things. But now that I'm older, how many people don't have that voice? How many people are afraid to ask those questions because, they don't have that voice? And so that's unacceptable, and it's an issue, and it has to be addressed, and that's our goal.
Well, thank
to
you.
bring light to it.
Thank you for your service, and thank you for telling your personal story.
Absolutely.
That's empowering. I do want to congratulate you. I know we mentioned it at the MLK program, but I want to congratulate you on your recent acceptance to the NAACP Next Gen Young Leadership Program. And our esteemed president has mentioned it before, but I do serve as the president of the Next Gen Alumni Network, and we are very excited to have you in our family, and even more excited that we have another NAACPer from Atlantic City on the map. And I do want to ask you, why did you apply?
So initially, I was in a meeting and I heard about the Next Gen program. So I'm not one of those people that hear things and I don't really know what it is and leave it that way. And so I kind of got a gist of it, but I went home and I started to research it. And so one of the things that stood out to me was, the fact that there was a leadership training for those who wanted to, just soar in leadership from the ages of 20 to 34. So initially when I heard about it in the meeting, looking at all these young faces, I was thinking, I'm too old for this. I'm 34 years old. So when I saw 34, I said, oh, I'm not too old yet. Let me apply real quick before they can tell me no. And so I'm also one of those people where I'm going to ask and you have to tell me no, and then still may not accept that no, but I'm not going to just leave it there. So once I applied, and I feel like I deserve it. If they deserve it, I deserve it. And so I applied, and I said, you know what? If it's for me, it's for me. And I've always looked at it like your gifts will make room for you. And I was excited when I got accepted because I saw that the number changed. The age changed to 40. So I said, oh, they're making room for me.
That's right.
They're making room for me, so I don't have to feel rushed or stressed to get through this in a short period of time to meet that 34 because I'm already there. But I'm excited about the leadership training. I'm excited about networking and meeting other young people that just social activists that want to stand up and empower people, that want to stand up for other people, that want to bring awareness to issues. And so there's a right way to do things, and I'm all about learning the right way. Never going to attack. Never. You can never attack a mess to my name. I don't want a mess being attached to my name. And so as I develop as a leader, I want to make sure that I'm doing things the right way. And so learning the right protocol for certain things, learning how to do things the right way within the NAACP is important for me. I sit in those meetings each month and I look at the age gap. We need young people.
Right.
I know that we looking at our community, what happens every single election, we need people to vote, and young people don't vote. Even some older people don't vote, and we need to bring forth awareness. So I know that we need to focus on those things. So I want to ensure that we do those things the right way. So I was excited to have an opportunity to get the appropriate training through the NAACP.
Definitely. And that was, and what you said before you even stepped foot into day one of the program, that was the purpose. It was being intentional about intergenerational relationships that we're lucky to have here in Atlantic City, but that could be replicated across the country because there needs to be room for us at the table, and so many of us have been lost in the civil rights movement.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's bringing us back. So I look forward to taking this on the road with you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Look forward to it also.
So what are 3 of your long-term goals?
So, financial freedom, that's necessary.
Amen to that.
One of the things I was thinking about recently, because every beginning of the year, you want to set new goals. But I reached so many of my goals at a young age, before I even planned to reach them, before I even knew that they were goals. So, like, even in becoming, like, a principal, I didn't even know that I was going to do that when I was 30, like, different things like that. So, I'm at the point right now where I'm revamping my goals and revisiting my goals, trying to figure out what my next steps are. So I'm just going to be honest and saying I don't know what my goals are right now. I'm just trying to figure it out again. Just making being a good mom and a good wife, a good leader, a good teacher, being myself. I'm one of those people, I just believe in being your authentic version of yourself. If people don't like you for being you, that's okay. And so I just want to, whatever the next steps are, wherever God leads me, whatever he has for me, I just want to be free to go and do it. And that's just where I am right now in my life.
What are some of the challenges you think the next generation will face?
So many. And I'm just going to go back to the youth that I work with every day, because there's so many issues within society today. But one of the main things that I always talk to them about is just the fact that, just going back to, if you don't know your history, it is doomed to repeat itself. And they don't know any history, don't seem to care to know any history, are stuck in this social media world that is fake and flawed. And so many don't understand the importance of voting. They don't understand how people sacrifice their lives and die for them to get to where they are. They don't understand the importance of free education, don't really take advantage of it. And it's going to hurt them. It's going to come back to bite them in the end, and it already is. And them not getting equal opportunity, and them not being ready for the opportunities that are presented before them. And so for me, I believe that is one of the major challenges in being ready for what the future holds.
Now, you have an upcoming program that you're sponsoring through your task force. Can you tell us about it?
So on April 11th, we will be having the Black Infant and Maternal Mortality Task Force will be having a breakfast. And one of our goals is to reach out to every fraternity and sorority, the whole Divine Nine, because everyone plays a part. So to make them aware of the issue surrounding infant mortality, infant and maternal mortality, and our goal as a task force is to create a toolkit so that everyone knows how they can help. And so first is just to bring awareness. We want to start with just, the baby steps. You need to know what this is, but then there's something that each one of you can do. And so at that breakfast, we want to bring forth that awareness, let them know who we are, what we're doing, but also challenge each one, each person, each politician, organization to do something in their perspective area to close this gap.
Well, we thank you for your time and thank you for being committed with us, the NAACP. I look forward to traveling the country with you.
Yes, I can't wait.
Learning more tools on how we can be civically engaged and bring that back to our community.
Yes.
Before we go, we'd like to give our last announcements about our upcoming events. So,
Yolanda, thank you very much for that segment. And Mandy, two things. Thank you for being our first guest on the radio program.
The Next Gen Edition.
The Next Gen Edition. Thank you, and congratulations for being a member of Next Gen.
Thank you.
Richly deserved, and we're
Absolutely.
looking for great things great things. You've already done great things. Thank you for your leadership on the Infant and Maternal Task Force. I'm sure the event is going to be a success. I was just thinking as you were talking, if people want more information about the breakfast, do you have a number, or who should they get in contact with if they want to know about the breakfast?
Well, I will say I don't have. We need to work on that as an organization. We need to put things out there. But you can follow me right on Facebook.
Okay.
And then the NAACP, the NAACP also has a page on Facebook, so they've been creating flyers and putting everything out there as well. So please join our Facebook page, the NAACP Atlantic City branch.
And we look for that breakfast to be a success. Let me say very quickly, again, thank you. Thank you to my brilliant co-host. Our regular NAACP meeting is the second Monday of the month. We meet at 6 o'clock sharp at Jeffro Memorial Church, which is 2423 North Ohio Avenue in Atlantic City. Membership for the NAACP is only $30. We encourage you to join us as we fight for social justice and civil rights. Speaking of fighting, we are fighting aggressively against the change of government in Atlantic City, which we believe is a civil rights and a social justice issue. We passed out our resolution that the NAACP passed unanimously in January. We passed it out at the Martin Luther King program. We're going to be passing it out at houses of worship and organizations and at the Divine Nine. And we want people to join us in this fight because it is a social justice and a civil rights issue. We're also working very diligently to bring the National NAACP Convention to Atlantic City in 2022. Hopefully in future programs we'll have an announcement for you about how that has gone. And our goal is to bring the National Convention to Atlantic City. It'll be over 8,000 delegates in Atlantic City for a week, helping us develop civil rights thrust and focus for the country. The Freedom Fund Breakfast, what you're going to hear more about in broadcasts to come, is going to be Saturday, April 25th, 2020, 8:30 a.m. at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Circle your calendar for that. That is going to be a very, very big event, and we encourage you to come. This Thursday, January 30th, at St. Augustine's Church, which is 1709 Arctic Avenue, from 6 to 8, we're going to have our census seminar. The census is going to happen in 2020. It's very critical that people of color participate in the census. It's very critical that you understand the facts, that you understand the truth. If people are telling you that if you have a warrant, you can't participate in the census, they're lying. If they tell you that you are an immigrant and you'll get deported if you participate in the census, they're lying. We want you to attend this Thursday, 6 to 8, St. Augustine, 1709 Arctic Avenue, and we're going to have a free meal. Thank you for listening.